Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
Good morning to you. Starting off with a live look here over Towson. As you can see, the sunrise is almost coming up here. Thanks for being with us on Saturday, November 26th, this holiday weekend. I'm Taylor Stewart. Let's go right on over to your forecast. Meteorologist Amy Aronson. Lots of blue behind you. I see it. Looks cold.
Yeah, a little colder than it was at this time yesterday, by about 10 degrees actually. And if you're wondering where does that put us this morning, if you're just stepping out the door maybe to kick off some holiday shopping, we're hanging out in the 30s, mid to upper 30s right now, so just a smidge above freezing. That means I would break out a nice warm jacket, especially if you're going to be outside doing some shopping. Small Business Saturday getting underway. We've got lots of sunshine through the end of the morning. Temperatures will warm their way through the 40s and actually near 50 by the end of the morning. Coming up in 10 minutes, I'll let you know exactly how long this sunshine's going to stick around and when we are tracking our next weather maker. Taylor?
In a city in crisis, Fox 45 News continues to demand accountability from the Baltimore City Council today. Now, on Monday, the council approved a measure that would reduce the time council members must serve in order to get that lifetime pension. The ball is now in the hands of Mayor Brandon Scott to see if he'll sign it or veto. We've been taking the pulse of the people and have been asking around, should Mayor Brandon Scott veto this pension bill City Council passed for themselves? Right now, more than 564 people have weighed in, and 98% saying yes, 2% say no. You could still weigh in. Just go to our website, foxbaltimore.com, or you can scan that QR code that you see right there on your screen.
It's a beautiful view of the city. The skyline shows a city with potential, but the reality is a city in crisis. Some of the problems aren't being tackled inside City Hall. So let's go see what the leaders are doing. Inside this building, Council President Nick Mosby fast-tracked legislation giving these workers a lifetime worth of pension benefits for part-time work, changing the requirements from 12 years to 8. The city's finance and retirement systems both told Council President Nick Mosby they wanted to study this to ensure the city's finances could handle it. Mosby ignored those requests. Hours before the vote, community leaders stood right here in front of City Hall calling on the members to change their minds.
Why did we have to vote for term limits? Because of actions just like this. We're saying enough is enough.
We will make up our life mission to identify the members who voted for in the wrong way in this amendment. We will do our best to find good men and women to compete against them in the next election, so that we have men and women in that body who represent the people of Baltimore.
But it didn't work. The plan passed with 8 members voting for it, but these 5, they voted against it. And some of the concerns from these opposition members were that they said this vote looked a little self-serving. And they also said that it flied in the face of some of the requirements for Baltimore City's first responders to get a pension too. This is the Baltimore Police Department's headquarters. And after a decades-long legal battle, now first responders, they have to work 25 years to earn their pension. That's up from the previous 20. I talked with the president of the Baltimore Retired Police Union, and even before the council voted, he was pretty frustrated with this plan.
To me, that's buttoning the line. A lot of retirees live paycheck to paycheck, or pension check to pension check.
So if you're frustrated with some of these moves from the elected leaders, you could take it out at the ballot box in 2024. But we aren't quite at the next election cycle yet. So in the meantime, here's what you can do. You can let your voice be heard right now. This entire plan, it hinges on Mayor Brandon Scott. So what you can do is you can scan this QR code and take our question of the day and let us know. Should Mayor Brandon Scott veto this bill City Council passed for themselves? We'll check out the results in a little bit. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
A Starbucks employee under fire in Annapolis after a black customer said monkey was written on her drink. Why that customer is not satisfied with how the store is handling this.
And out of the 2 weekend days, today is the better one for outdoor plans. We've got tons of sunshine with highs warming to near 60 degrees again. Tomorrow doesn't look this nice. I'll explain the reason why in just a couple of minutes. It's 7:04. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News.
Topping your morning consumer news today, Small Business Saturday is today, a day for small retail businesses to benefit from a holiday focused solely on them. A new survey from Bankrate.com says 59% of holiday shoppers are likely to visit small businesses compared to the 56% who plan on buying on Black Friday. Shopping malls could also help shoppers who are looking for deals from retailers who have too much inventory, and inflation is helping shoppers be more thoughtful about where they spend their holiday dollars. The Federal Reserve says U.S. consumer credit card balances are growing at their fastest pace in more than 20 years. During the pandemic, the majority of consumers stopped using their credit cards or paid off those balances. But now, with inflation biting into the cost of living and everything, the trend has reversed, with most Americans using almost 22% of their credit card limits. That's the highest rate since the first quarter of 2020. Elon Musk getting ready to roll out Twitter's new verification system next week, and this will be a colorful one. The CEO tweeted the plan, which could include manual authentication for all verified accounts. Companies will get a gold check, government entities will have a gray one, and the individuals will display blue checks, regardless of their celebrity status. Musk previously attempted at Twitter verification. That system was quickly mocked off by a rash of spoof accounts, including some that impersonated Musk himself. Developing now, a Starbucks employee in Annapolis has been suspended after a customer reported that racist incident. It happened last Saturday at the Starbucks at Annapolis Mall. That customer says her drink came out with the word monkey written on it instead of her name. She spoke with reporter Carl Willis about it. Take a listen.
An honest mistake. That's how Impeccable Brands, the company that operates the Starbucks in Annapolis Mall, explains why an employee entered monkey where Monique Pugh's name should have been.
If you didn't hear my name, you should have said, "Excuse me, can you repeat yourself?" Not once did she do that. She labeled me what she wanted to label me.
As the only black woman in the shop at the time, Pugh believes the incident was racially motivated. Since the story first aired, we have heard from a Starbucks spokesperson and from the CEO of Impeccable Brands, a Starbucks licensee and operator of the store. In a letter, they told Pugh that they have suspended the employee involved pending further investigation, and apologized. Their message reads in part, quote, "We believe following our initial investigation that the label was made in error. However, this is not the warm and welcoming experience we want to create for our customers, and we are actively working to ensure this does not happen again. We are exploring other opportunities to better train our staff in understanding cultural and racial sensitivities to ensure all future interactions are welcoming and inclusive."
What was your initial thought when you got this apology?
That it was bogus. And the fact that they keep saying that it was an honest mistake. So now it's an honest mistake and a labeling error, to say that you're taking the necessary steps to make sure that that word isn't put on any more customers' drinks. It's like, what were you doing before?
A Starbucks spokesperson made sure to differentiate between a Starbucks-operated store and a licensed store. But Pugh says there should not be a difference in how you were treated.
It's triggering because it's basically just like, okay, this occurred in our store, but we're wiping our hands clean. Maybe corporate does need to get involved.
Carl Willis, 7 News.
A chilly start to our morning, but this afternoon, bringing some sunshine and highs in the low 60s. As the sun comes up, meteorologist Amy Aronson with your full forecast just after the break.
And for me, it's unacceptable. What if somebody get hit? There's no crossing guards. There's nobody there to make sure they're okay.
Children in Anne Arundel County are walking over an hour to school because of a bus driver shortage. Concerned parents are speaking up to Project Baltimore about their concerns. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News. We're all local, all morning.
Project Baltimore is sponsored by the Snyder Law Group. Call 410 the Firm.
Parents in Anne Arundel County say enough is enough. It's nearly Thanksgiving and their children, well, it's past now, and their children have missed a significant amount of school because the district cannot provide a regular bus. As Project Baltimore's Kirkpatrick explains, these families say their children are forced to walk to school in the cold along a dangerous highway.
Wednesday morning, mid-November, 14-year-old Zion Wiggins and his friends are going to school. And it's a process. Their journey begins at 8:15. They gather in their neighborhood of Mead Village and head to the bus stop. But it's not a school bus they ride, like most kids in Anne Arundel County. These students ride a public commuter bus for 3 miles down Reese Road, then Annapolis Road. It drops him off at a local shopping center. After a short walk along Route 175, they cross the 7-lane highway at this stoplight. And for the next 1.3 miles, they walk along this busy 8-lane highway with no sidewalks or median on their way to MacArthur Middle School. Total travel time, about 75 minutes.
And for me, it's unacceptable. What if somebody get hit?
Unique Wiggins is Zion's mother.
There's no crossing guards there. There's nobody there to make sure they're okay.
Wiggins tells Project Baltimore her son has been making this 4.5-mile-long trek for much of the school year because Anne Arundel County Schools does not have enough school buses for their neighborhood.
I call every day. They just keep saying, we're trying. That's the response I get, is we're trying.
Wiggins is a single mom with 5 kids. She leaves for work early in the morning. Her family depends on the school bus. But every day when this bus chart is updated, Wiggins says the route that includes her neighborhood often says no service. Last week, that is the message we saw when we check the routes.
I don't feel like they care about me or my children. I feel like it's because of the area, low-income area or like a poverty area. I think a lot of it has to do with that.
Anne Arundel County Schools has been dealing with transportation issues all year. Every day, according to a district spokesman, about 70 bus routes are affected by a lack of drivers. The county currently has 67 driver vacancies.
You think if the school system cared, they would have fixed this problem?
Absolutely, a long time ago.
Project Baltimore interviewed Wiggins on Thursday, November 10th. The following day, we emailed Anne Arundel County Schools requesting an interview to discuss her situation. But just a few days later, the school board took action.
Motion passes 8-0.
On November 16th, the board voted for an emergency contract to procure vans to transport about 2,600 students impacted by out-of-service bus routes, which includes Wiggins' neighborhood. The vans will start running next month. In July, Anne Arundel County Schools got a new superintendent, Dr. Mark Bedell.
I don't take this responsibility lightly at all.
As part of his entry plan, which is posted online, Dr. Bedell said, in writing, he plans to speak with local media to establish a framework that is open, honest, transparent, and accurate. But when Project Baltimore asked for an interview to discuss this mother's concerns, we were told Dr. Bedell was not available for an interview.
I just want my kids to get their education. They deserve it, especially they're fighting for it. They're fighting for it.
I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore.
All right, let's get right on over to Amy Anson-Vercheck of our weekend forecast this holiday weekend.
Yeah, it's off to a pretty start. We've got lots of sunshine to begin. Not going to stay this way. We've got 2 very different looking days ahead of us. But first, we're starting off sunny and mild on your Saturday. little chilly this morning. Under clear skies, we're beginning in the upper 30s, but we should get awfully close to 60 by day's end. Then I'm tracking our next weather maker, and this is going to send us some rain for the end of the weekend. After that, though, a pretty seasonable and actually a dry start to the brand new work week. Right now, we are completely dry. Actually, a nice local view of our radar shows nothing happening at all, but a nice wide zoom here shows us where our next weather maker is. It's sending lots and lots of rain to Texas currently, but this area of low pressure is actually going to track our direction, and that's what's going to give us our rain chance by the end of the weekend. Let's track it together hour by hour. Today is dry. High pressure moves offshore. That allows our temperatures to warm as winds come in from the south and from the west. But also coming in from the south and the west is this mess. This should arrive right around 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, so that's when showers will start. We get that steady rain through much of the afternoon. Actually, this system doesn't clear us until Sunday evening. After that, we'll start to dry out and clear out Sunday night, and that's going to lead us into a drier start to the week. Here's a quick preview of how much rain we're expecting. It's not a ton of rain with this system. These numbers take us all the way through Sunday evening. You'll notice some locations across the bay along the eastern shore get close to a half an inch, but locally we're talking about 0.04 of an inch here in Baltimore. So today's the day for all the holiday things you want to knock out outside, whether that's getting the Christmas tree or hanging the lights. We have sunshine on our side. Plus, it's going to be really comfortable for the final weekend of November. We've got highs headed into the mid and upper 50s, getting close to 60 today. Tomorrow, not quite as nice. Tomorrow's the better day for indoor decorating. Not only do we have the showers all day, temperatures will be in the low 50s to start and actually still upper 50s to end. Now, if you're holding off until next weekend, here's how the two-weekend compares. We're wrapping up November this weekend, last full weekend of November with highs in the upper 50s. First full weekend of December coming up next weekend will be a little cooler, but an early look at that shows it's going to be dry. So if you're holding off on the outdoor holiday things, next weekend also looks pretty good for that. In between the two weekends, we've actually got a pretty quiet week ahead of us. We'll start off dry for back to work, back to school on Monday with highs in the mid 50s. Low 50s will follow on Tuesday. Another weather maker zips through midweek. That's going to send us another shot at some scattered showers. Out ahead of that, it's going to be mild on Wednesday, but behind it, turning more seasonable and actually cooler for the end of the week. So temperatures will be falling with highs settling back into the low 50s both Thursday and Friday. And by Friday morning, that chill is back with temperatures awfully close to freezing again. Taylor?
And you can always track severe storms even when you're not on the air. You can download that free FOX45 Weather Authority app. You can go to your app store and search WBFF to get started. Some families really thankful as they grow in numbers this year. Take a look at some of the smallest, tiniest patients at the University of Maryland St. Joseph Hospital. These kiddos getting in on the celebration, well, day one. You can see them decked out in their Thanksgiving outfits there. Oh, look at that. Now, dozens others, well, they started Thanksgiving with a sprint through city streets. FOX45 was in North Baltimore for YMCA's annual Turkey Trot. Among those taking part in that 5K was Governor-elect Wes Moore, who says the event a good opportunity to help out others.
And also knowing that today, a day of Thanksgiving, is a day we both give thanks for everything we have, but it's a day of giving to other people as well. So this is a perfect celebration of what Thanksgiving should be all about.
Now, runners and walkers also donated food for families in need. Last year, the community raised almost $700,000. Another Thanksgiving tradition happening Thursday with the 21st Annual National Dog Show is presented by Purina. And this year's winner, well, the name Creme de la Creme. Meet Winston, the French Bulldog. He took the top spot of the show, beating out hundreds of other dogs for Thursday's prize. Winston is the first French Bulldog to win this honor. Last year's event also had a historic moment when Claire, a Scottish Deerhound, became the first competitor to win the top award in consecutive years. Genevieve Gorder for us today with a look at the steals and deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
You guys, I have a product that solves a pet peeve so many of us have when we jump in our car. The cup holder that isn't big enough to hold your cup, your water bottle, your coffee. You know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the solution. This is the Cup Captain from Sharper Image. It's a 2-in-1 cup holder that rotates 360 degrees and doubles your storage space. You just twist to fit any size cup holder right here, and it locks it in place so nothing will tip. Now, here's my favorite part. You know, you all have this water bottle that doesn't fit in the cup holder, and it rolls around on the ground, on your lap. It's annoying. This will adjust to fit large or small. So gone are the days of your water bottle falling on the floor and clanking around. This expands and contracts to fit any size cup, just right. And the great news is that it's not just for drinks. The Cup Captain is perfect for all kinds of things. It holds food containers, tablets right here, even your wallet. We all have these organizational systems for our desks, our nightstands, our kitchens, our closets. Why wouldn't we have that same approach to an area we spend so much time in? Our cars. It's perfect for kids in the back holding their snacks and their tablets. And we're offering 25% off today, you guys. And it's a 2-pack. To take advantage of this deal and save money, go to asadeals.com.
$7.26 on this Small Business Saturday. Looking pretty out there. Perfect day for a little bit of shopping.
Local shopping, yeah.
List of things to do. Yeah, we've got the sun shining down on the Inner Harbor. Little chilly right now, but it feels festive out there. And by later today, you're not going to even need a jacket again.
Good to know. I forgot mine this morning.
You're in good shape then. You're not going to need it. It's going to be warming up out there eventually. If you have to get your holiday lights up, I noticed some folks doing that the past couple of days already. It's actually going to be warm and dry for that today. Today gets the green light, and then tomorrow gets the red light. And because at that point, I am tracking some steadier rain. So if you want to do any holiday things outside, I'd say today is your day out of the 2 weekend days. If you want to hold off until Monday, Monday's going to be nice and comfortable, so that also gets the green light. And then if you do put your holiday lights up, we want to see them, so make sure you send them to us, foxbaltimore.com/chime in. You can send us all your pictures there, and we'll share them right here on Fox 45. Weather looks great today for all the outdoor things. Tomorrow, not that great because we've got rain pretty much all day long. Highs in the upper 50s, though, both days. Monday and Tuesday, heading back to work, back to school, back to reality. The same pattern is going to continue. At least it's going to be dry again. Temperatures will be very seasonable and in the low to mid 50s. Another weather maker comes through on Wednesday. This one will also send us a chance for some scattered showers It's mild leading up to that point with temperatures in the upper 50s. But then as we flip the calendar and switch over to December, you'll notice temperatures do drop back down. We're back in the low 50s again Thursday and Friday. At least it's dry. We've got a mix of sun and clouds both of those days. And then leading into next weekend, if you're holding off until next weekend or have holiday things happening, I know it's a very, very busy time of year. An early look at next weekend looks like it's going to remain dry as of now and cool, actually seasonable. That's what we'd expect for this time of year. So we've got highs in the low 50s. And that's going to take us through the end of this 10-day forecast, Taylor.
That's not a bad one. I'm feeling
Not
good
bad.
about that for November.
Yeah, November to December.
Yeah, good for us. All right, enjoy your Saturday. Thanks for joining us on this holiday weekend. We'll be back here on Sunday morning, but you can also check in with Fox 45 News this evening. Have a great one.